Well, it's drizzling. Definitely cold weather is here. It's supposed to freeze tonight. And yesterday I did a whole bunch of work, and today I am finishing it up. I wanted to keep my myrtle topiaries out, my compacta myrtle topiaries out to the last minute because they really needed that additional boost of sunlight from yesterday. But now it's time to bring them in. Most of these are going to go inside my house, but for right now, I'm just putting them in my husband's office in the back. So I'm going to make quick work of that. And then I've got a few other things. I need to unhook my hoses. I need to move my rosemaries in. I've got a couple more scented geraniums that need to be put away. And just a few other things. Oh, before I start putting up these myrtles, I want to show you something. I promised to show you, I think. So yesterday, I told you about how I congregate all of my boxwood over in this area. So they're all huddled together, and the next time I blow my leaves, I will just blow a ton of leafy litter back into this whole area and give them just a nice soft blanket of leaves. And there's kind of some residual heat that comes off of that little fireplace just from the stone. So that tucks them in a little bit more nicely. You can see over here remnants of the dastardly squirrels who, yes, took the pumpkins out of my hanging baskets, and I just decided to let them have their way with them because I'm fixing to move in. But right now, I'm going to tuck these guys in here. You can see through this window. You can see through this window that I've put one of my plant stands in here. Now, this is not the final destination for a lot of these. Some of these scented geraniums are going to go in a different greenhouse, but for right now, just because it is getting ready to freeze tonight, and I think, Stuart, weren't you telling me that for the next 3 days we're supposed to get some precipitation and maybe even some snow? So I am going to make quick work of this because it's cold, and then I want to get back inside in front of the fire. Okay, that was not pretty. I had intended to do that yesterday. Ideally, I would have cut that back pretty hard before I took it in. I had expected to be able to do that today, but now it really is starting to rain a little bit harder, and it's getting cold. So for the moment, as I said, it wasn't pretty. I'm just going to stuff it into that office there, and then when it's a little bit drier later, I will cut it back. There's scented geraniums in there. There's that lime sizzler fire bush, which is really what I'm wanting to protect, and some other things. That bucket, Stuart said that people are going to think that's just hideous, that he's just watching me move this heavy bucket. And actually, it was not heavy at all, but it was all intertwined and caught up in all of this other stuff. The things that are still here, it's okay. They will be just fine. And if they expire from the cold weather, then they expire from the cold weather. So I will tackle all of that later and show you how I'm going to overwinter some of my scented geraniums. But today is not the day. I will do that a little bit later. For right now, it's just going to hang out in there and stay warm. I think tonight it's supposed to get down to, about 30 degrees, Stuart, I think. So it'll be fine for right now. Everything else that's out can just stay out. And I've got one more thing to do. And if you haven't done it and it's getting ready to freeze in your area, make sure you unhook your hoses. So that's my final thing to do before I go inside, sit in front of the fire with a cup of hot cocoa.